Right, we're back on Kihon Happo, and we're going to look at, as I don't want to stick with numbers, we're going to look at Ura Gyaku. So, Ura Gyaku, inside twist or inner twist. Ura Gyaku is pretty much, probably, in my humble opinion, probably about the most useful technique in terms of joint locking you will ever learn, because you don't have to get this precisely right to make it work. Whereas with the Mote Gyaku, you do. In fact, that, although it's one of our most basic techniques, it's probably also one of the most difficult to get right. Mainly because if you don't get it right, the guy ain't going to go over, he's going to punish you. Whereas with Ura Gyaku, you can use it as a get-off technique. What I mean by that is when Paul grabs me, that I can just get him off like that. And that'll just get him off. That's the important thing. The locking up, yes, that's obviously what we want to learn, but in real-time technique, you just want to be able to twist that wrist, which will get him away. A Mote is going to bring him where I'm open, he's got weapons, I'm still able to be hit. So your technique has to be spot on to make that work. Ura Gyaku, on the other hand, from here, is going to turn Paul's body away. He ain't got the weapons. It's taking his fist out of range of me. He's putting his weight now onto his back foot. He can't kick me with that foot. This front one, he could try and kick me. Forget it. I'm well in distance. You know, I'm happy, I'm comfortable, you know, all this is open for me. But it takes everything away from Paul. Absolutely everything. Just great technique. Shouldn't have a favourite technique, but, you know.
Favourite?
Yeah. From a
one you like. Yeah.
From wrist grab, we've done wrist grabs before. You know, Ura Gyaku, there's Ura Gyaku as well, you know.
Cool.
Quite happy, you know, with that. But for these purposes, this is from a grab up here. Now, the guy isn't just going to let you turn it over, you know. So you can't just go half-assed at this. It's not going to work. So we might want to. Oh, sorry, right.
Yeah.
That wasn't where I thought it was it?
Just about, yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay.
So
I'm still stood up.
But it's done what I needed. Paul was being strong. Now I have his wrist. Yeah. Now, from here,
yeah.
I have an extremely powerful lock. So,
That's okay.
so yeah, here's what this is what this.
That's the second time.
It's being bloody casual, that technique. Now, okay, so we're going to go back. Sensible ass, sorry. First thing I do is I cover. Now, what am I doing with this cover? What I'm not doing is grabbing Paul's hand, because the likelihood is he's going to hit. Oh my God, smack! You know, this is yeah, you got a freebie. So basically, what I'm doing is meaty part of my thumb against Paul's knuckles. Now, I'm wearing a t-shirt, not a gi today, because it's actually surprisingly warm. Although in the video, if you'd like to look, lots of nice clouds, lovely. So we're very lucky. Yeah, so I'm enjoying the heat, and t-shirts rip quite easily compared to a nice heavyweight gi, but realistically this is the sort of thing you'd be wearing on a shirt, maybe a coat if you're lucky. So you can't rely on your jacket for the twisting. So okay, what do I do with this? Realistically, if Paul grabs me, its likelihood is it's a slight curl or something like that to make that momentum, and then I can use that momentum to give me the twist. And I'm twisting with my wrist here, or sorry, with the basically the edge of my hand, and I'm rolling it against the base of Paul's hand here onto my chest. So okay, so from here we'll just do this nice and basically. I'm moving. Can I point you? No, actually, I'll tell you what. I'll roll back. So we'll do this the most basic way I can think of to teach this. You can come over here. This is a nice old traditional way. Actually, we'll look at a few different ways of getting this. So we'll start off with the most basic one, which is the hand over. Now, what you don't do is this, because if I do this, Paul will have this elbow and he will punish the shit out of you. So, can you just show what will happen if I look here? It'll be that. So, we don't want that happening. We really don't want that happening. So how do we avoid this? I've seen people then say, oh no, you mustn't do it like this at all, because they are missing the point. this is practical provided you do this right. And the way you do this right is the elbow's not up, the elbow comes onto Paul's bicep, rests along his forearm into here, and then drops its weight. Now if Paul tries to then hit me through here, which he's got the distance to do, from here, I then turn. That's not really connected now. Now from here I can then bring this out and down. Yeah. So that's a nice traditional version.
Yep.
Very powerful version as well. So go easy on wrists. So I drop in, turn, from here take off. Now I can lock Paul up and he doesn't fly. Okay, no, we'll look at groundwork later. Okay, so that's how long is it going to take? Go on your wrist. So, my hands come up no matter what, because it might be that I don't have time to get them. It might be that punches automatically coming to my head. That's fine, there's my guard. Now there's a use for the elbow being up, because my elbow is now part of the block. Now I can turn back through, remove, and now I can control. I've got Paul's hand pins, I can be rather nasty at this point, and I can, oh, I think it's prayer time. Oh. So yeah, you get the message. Yeah, okay, so that's that form. Okay, so I do my cover here. I'm very unobtrusive, you know, I'm not being aggressive with this. He's grabbing me. So from here, I cover, weight's all into this back leg. Now I can use that weight and momentum that I've come back, sprung down, turned up, to bring the wrist off. Now, there's lots of other things that could come through, but I'm going to concentrate on the wrist. So the wrist. What makes the lock work? Okay. The wrist works like this. It bends up and down, and it's got slight rotation there. To make this lock work, what we do is this rotation here, I lock that rotation fully, so that it cannot go any further that way towards Paul's forearm. I then take the rotation out in the rotation that way. I then take that out, keeping it going that way and that way at the same time. So I've actually got force coming through here. Now what I do is I play keeping the force on in both places. I place the palm down onto the floor. But this is important because if I let it off, then the lock goes. Not so much with Ura Gyaku as with Motte, because that is what I was saying about it being more technical. You have to keep those pressures on. Second you release them, lock is gone. Okay, so if Paul does this on me, now that's full on, and I know where I can go. I'm locked up completely tight. If I could force my wrist out, I'd be fine, but I don't.